feel the need for speed. Top Gun Maverick Steelbook Walmart edition is here. I went with the Walmart Steelbook edition for two reasons. One, it includes the Blu-ray, and two, because Best Buy was sold out. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's open this up. It's pretty heavy. Magnet. So I can put it on the fridge. But it's essentially the same thing as Best Buy's. It's like the Blu-ray is a little loose here. So you get Blu-ray and 4K. Let's talk about the movie, Top Gun Maverick. Coming into this movie, I was super hyped. High expectations. I love the original movie. 36 years ago, came out in theaters. Of course, I was too young. I wasn't even born. This movie blew me away. I went in with high expectations. I left cheering, crying, all the emotions. Full-on, action-packed thrill. Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie really are a massive all-star team. And I think everybody that I talked to really enjoyed this movie. And there's some people that said it was good. That was like the lowest mark. I didn't see anybody that hated the movie. I think we're going to look back at 2022 and Top Gun Maverick and say this was a huge mark for the film industry coming off of the pandemic. You have a hero's journey. We followed Maverick. He is now a test pilot, but he's still a captain. He hasn't moved up. He's kind of stayed the same. Teaching didn't work out for him. And Iceman from the first one, Val Kilmer, he is covering Maverick's tracks, Maverick's mistakes. He's still covering for him. The cast is loaded, guys. Okay, so we have Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer returning. We have Miles Teller playing Goose's son, codenamed Rooster. The supporting cast, Phoenix is a highlight for me. Lewis Pullman, Bill Pullman's son, is in this. Plays Bob. And then we have Hangman, played by Glenn Powell, who I had known from Richard Linklater's Everybody Wants Some. He was great in that film. He's great in this. So the whole cast is A+. And then you add in a character that they mentioned in the first one, Penny Benjamin, played by Jennifer Connelly, Mrs. 80s herself. She owns the bar called the Hard Deck, and Maverick and her have history, of course. We know that from the first movie. All around, you're getting Maverick's perspective on things. The old ways are going away. They're going away with the old school that is Maverick, and the new school is now these drones that Ed Harris is pushing. There's one major mission, and the guy that they have to have come in to teach these guys how to fly properly and to execute this successfully is Maverick. So he goes back to Top Gun to teach these up-and-comers. Rooster's papers were pulled by Maverick to kind of shield him from this, kind of protect him in honor of Goose, like go down this road that your dad and I did. So he's trying to protect Rooster. I gotta tell you, the aerial scenes are amazing. And on this new 4K UHD, it looks exactly like it did in theaters. As far as the aspect ratio switching from IMAX to 239. It looks amazing. Look like you're in the cockpit. You still have those feelings you had in the theater. I'm so happy they went practical with this. And Joseph Kosinski gets a lot of credit too as the director. Having him pay tribute to Tony Scott's original film with the way that it's edited. There's nostalgia for sure, but it's used properly. Like we get Highway to the Danger Zone in the beginning, and the credits are very similar to the first one. It really gets you hyped up. As an audience, the mission is laid out for us perfectly. They need to infiltrate this space that has these nuclear weapons of this unidentified country in and out. So they have to go up and down and up and down and up. So then there's the trials and tribulations. They go through all the test training and all of this stuff, and then there is a beach scene. They take pause and they play beach football. This is a total demo disc from sound to video. Perfect, absolutely perfect. It's a must-have if you are a Top Gun fan or action fan. I highly recommend. If you haven't seen this movie, it made 1.4 billion, so I feel like everybody has seen this movie. But if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend go see it in theaters if it's still playing. It might still be playing, but pick up this 4K. You will not be disappointed. If you're new to 4K restorations, this is the one to pick up. This will convince you that 4K is worth investing in. It's from the great cast, the great music. You have two hit songs here, Lady Gaga and the One Republic song. So not only has Top Gun Maverick brought people back to the theater, brought back the soundtrack, the importance of a soundtrack for a film, a big blockbuster movie. Top Gun Maverick provides all the thrills and chills and all the speed that we need. Let me know below what you thought of Top Gun Maverick. This has been Return of the Disc. I'm Dan. For more Return of the Disc, visit returnofthedisc.com. Check out the audio version of today's show, available on all major podcast platforms. And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel.